everybody, this is Beth McCullough, and I blog at stampingmom.com. Thanks so much for joining me today. I love doing Crafting Fun with Stamping Mom every Wednesday at noon. I was surprised that I'm able to do it today. My husband, Steve, you might know, had a heart ablation surgery yesterday, and I really appreciate all the prayers from all of you. And the surgery was supposed to take 2 to 3 hours. It ended up taking a little over 4. And at about 3.5 hours, they had a code red. Hi, Ruth. Hi, Pam. Thanks for joining me. They had a code red. A doctor was called in to the heart surgery and this big panic thing. So I went up and asked at the desk. Now, that doesn't have anything to do with Steve McCullough, right? And they're like, actually, it doesn't. It's in the emergency room. But it sounded like it was right there, so that part was scary. And then last night when Steve was coming off of all the anesthesia, they let him come home, which is amazing. But he struggled a little bit. He was actually seeing things and anyway. He had a rough patch last night, but he is doing amazing today. And I'm able to do the live because our sweet Abby came home from college and she took her dad out to lunch. He can't drive. He can walk from the car into the restaurant though. And he's actually feeling so well this morning and doing amazing. So thanks so much for praying for him. This is a card that was on my blog yesterday or the day before. I entered it into a contest. It's called Kylie's International Highlights. She is a demonstrator in Australia, and it was to make a card, an encouragement card. This one says, praying that this difficult road leads you to a beautiful destination. I don't know if you can tell, but I heat embossed that in gold. And this is paper and embellishments, all from the Christmas time is here. This is available from Stampin' Up! Just during the month of November, but it's gorgeous. But if you have time, I would love it if you could go onto my blog, click the link, and you'll see all the people entered into Kylie's contest. In the upper right hand corner by the picture of this card, if you could click on the heart, that would be voting for me. And I would super appreciate it. So thank you. So what we're going to make today is a double pocket treat holder. Isn't this adorable? So it's kind of funny. I was going through my pictures during Steve's surgery yesterday. And last November, I went to a conference with him out in Tucson. And Mary Fish lives in Tucson. And I called her up and asked if I could stop by and say hi while I was there. Well, fortunately for me, she wanted to make these double pocket treat holders for her Thanksgiving guests. And I've made these a lot over the years, so I got to spend a couple hours helping her make her treats. And then she had these on her Thanksgiving table. So like I said, I've made them a lot in the past. And you can make them in different sizes. On my blog, I'll direct you to where the directions are. But you can start with a 6x6 piece of paper, 8x8, or 12x12. This size is made with 8x8. And you could put little 3x3 gift enclosures for birthdays and then put the envelopes on the back side. They're also very good for the Ghirardelli candy. Here's one I made. Wouldn't this be cute for like New Year's Eve or even a wedding? I thought that would be fun. Here's one I made a long time ago. The ribbon's supposed to look like this. And I even used the mini Ghirardellis. You can get this at the Ghirardelli store. And then I made this cute little flower tag on it, which I think looks adorable. So anyway, you can make them in 3 different sizes and for all different occasions. So let's get started. I'm trying to see where the top is. you need a scoreboard, or you can use your paper cutting tool also, if you'd like. And I'm going to do the 6x6 version today. And the very first thing you do is take your paper and fold it diagonally. Have you made these treat holders before? Like I said, they're super simple, but fun and good for so many occasions. Now, take this long end and put it against the left side of the scoreboard and find 3/4 of an inch. I put the tab here at 3/4 of an inch. And score all the way down. And then turn it the other way. And you're going to score at both 3 inches right here. Hello, Linda Lace. I'm glad you're back from your trip. I can't wait to hear about it. And that's really it for the scoreboard. So I'll set that off to the side. And I'm going to bring in a bone folder and really burnish all the score lines well. So anyway, like I said, I didn't think I'd be able to do this today, but Steve had a bumpy time last night, but he just feels wonderful today. He's in super good shape, and I think that helped him come through the surgery so well. And the doctor is kind of reserved and soft-spoken, but when they had me come down the hall to see him right after surgery, the doctor was like 2 thumbs up and gave me a big high five, and he was so animated. He was like so excited that he had done such a good job. And that's the kind of doctor we want, isn't it? One that cares that much. And that's part of why the surgery took so long, is he was bound and determined to get it right. Hello, Wendy. I'm so glad you could join me today. I know it's hard when you're at work. Okay, so did you see what I just did? I was busy talking about something else and didn't talk about it. But when you do this 6x6, you're going to have this little tab that sticks out. Just cut that off. If you do the larger versions, you don't have that. Okay, and you don't really need to use adhesive, but if you want to, you can. So the best thing to use for this is tear and tape. And I put one little piece across the top. And then what we're trying to do, if you can see this, is get a little piece that goes from here to here, but we don't want it above this line or it's going to interfere with the pocket. So we're just going to put a little piece on here. And then another little piece on the other side. Like I said, you can try it without the adhesive, but I do think they stay together a little better with it. I wonder if Chris R is on today. Chris likes it when I make sure and put the backing off camera, so I don't have a big pile of trash when we get done. Okay, so we have adhesive here, here, and here. And we're just going to fold it together. And now when you put it together, the pockets go on the outside, and you're going to have a mountain in the middle. And I will show you how to do that. Jeremy Mosier, I see you got on. If you're on to hear about Steve, his heart surgery went so well yesterday. He is actually out to lunch with Abby because he's doing that well, which is amazing. Okay, so see what I did here? It makes a W, like West. West High School was my high school. Comes down, comes up in the middle, and that's what's in the center. Squeeze it together. And then we're going to use a 1/2 inch punch. And I'm just going to come down a little bit and punch it. And then I'm going to line the two sides up together. And punch it like this. There you have it. Isn't this darling? It's just so cute. Okay. Now for this, I am going to add a little piece of snail too around the top. Just because I like the look of this really staying together at the top. And I want it lined up like that. And it's going to help me when I put the bow in here. Pam says you make it look so easy. Oh, you're so sweet, Pam. Thank you. Okay, this is the curly ribbon. And it is real red. And I take about 9 inches. I would take more ribbon if you have trouble tying it in a bow. This curly ribbon is super easy to tie in a bow. And then I just mess with it so it looks the way I want it to. Keep pulling it down until you get it just how you like it. And then this one needs some Ghirardellis. I bought this huge Ghirardelli bag, can you see it, at Costco the other day. So my BSF group on Tuesdays are gonna find little Ghirardelli squares on their chairs more than once between now and Christmas. And I'll probably use them on my Christmas table too for little gifts. So what do you think? Isn't it adorable? Do you love it? And I could use some scissors and snip this off a little bit. This ribbon does uncurl, but it's kind of the look. So what do you think? This one's a little fancier, but still super cute. Here's my New Year's Eve one. And that is all I have for you today. So I have this double pocket treat holder template, and I will direct you to the blog post that shows how to make this in both the 6x6, 8x8, and 12x12 sizes. This is how big of a treat holder you get with the 6x6. This is the size of the 8x8. And I don't have a 12x12 here right now. But super fun, super easy to make. I think I will do a blog post on this and show you the treats I got to make at Mary Fish's house. By the way, I don't know if I said this earlier, but yesterday they announced the #1 Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the whole world, and it's Mary Fish, and I'm so blessed that she's my upline. Again, here's my card that's on my blog. I would love it if you would go to my website and vote for the International Blog Hop. And for those of you wondering about Steve, he went through a surgery great yesterday. And I don't see any questions, but thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a blessed day. And leave any questions below. I'll go back in later and try to answer those and also direct you to the directions. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.